Hi guys, George Glinsky here from Toe the Line, joined today by Dan Lerwell. How you doing, my man?
Hi George, how are you, mate?
Yeah, perfect, buddy. Now, I would usually start talking about BKB, but there's something quite exciting happening in your life outside of BKB. I understand you're on your way to Fight Island. What's going on there?
Yeah, I'm calling my best mate John Phillips. He's fighting up in Yas Island with the UFC. He's fighting a Serbian guy called I can't. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. Trodorovic.
That sounds right,
um,
yeah.
I think it's going to be a early stoppage for John personally. So yeah, it's an experience of a lifetime going up to an island where there are no fights.
Crazy, yeah. And I understand you've cornered him before. You were there at the Kevin Holland fight.
Yeah, we cornered him. I cornered him for Kevin Holland up in China. And we had a great time out there as well. Yeah, it was fantastic. Even though we didn't get the win out there, he done us all proud. He had 21-day notice out there, and well, he always does me proud anyway. So he's one of the toughest bastards I know.
What's it like cornering in the UFC? What's the process like? Is it?
Oh mate, I hate it. I'd rather fight than corner John. To be honest, I'd rather fight than watch John, and I think he's the same with me. It's because we've been best mates since we were like 15, 16. So we're pretty inseparable, like. And I don't know, it's just hard to explain. I have more nerves watching him and cornering him than I do fighting myself.
Jeez, yeah. As I say, it's like, from my perspective, just being on the side, watching my friends go in there and smash seven bells out of each other. I mean, I'm not saying, the amateur debut is pending, so we'll find out soon. But, I can imagine it is worse because you are seeing your friends essentially put their lives on the line.
I think it's because you can't do nothing about it. I think it's because you're not in control. Yeah, and when you're not in control and guys, it's just hard. It's just hard. Even when I watch him like from a stands in London, and me and my missus was there. I was sweating more than him going in there. it's a mad feeling. It is. It's just because you're not in control, I think.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So, a situation you were in control in, a situation where you could jump in and help your friends. With James Lilly, I think when was it? Was it Halloween? You were dressed as women.
No, it was it came out Halloween. It was in the last bank holiday of August. It was the last bank holiday Monday.
I was just a normal night out in Wales then.
We decided to go dressed as prostitutes or women or whatever. It's a Welsh thing. Yeah. I've met the guys now at Amateur, and I've spoke to them with friends now, and we were just young and stupid. You know what I mean? A fight broke out, and I ended up chilling two of them. Lilly got the most famous part, picking his handbag up. But yeah, it was just one of those things that happened and went viral.
I have to say, James is just such a great guy. I mean, he tells me all the time that he doesn't fight for free. I don't think, I might be wrong, but I'm not sure I don't think he's had a fight outside of the ring, You might be able to confirm that for me or not.
Who's that? James?
James, I don't think he's much of a...
No, he doesn't, mate. When James is pissed, he gets pissed. He gets absolutely steaming drunk, so he couldn't fight the fight. he won't be able to fill in a form when he's drunk. So yeah, so it's kind of he's a very I think he's ever been in trouble, so which is a good thing.
Definitely. So we'll talk about you now. Now that we've discussed all of your friends, power, something that's been put out in the media a lot. We covered it. Matthew Bozey writing for us. Your big hands. We've been talking about sort of the surface area of your hands and the power that it processes.
Yeah, it was kind of a joke thing, like the heavy hand joke. But my grandfather, my father, they all got big hands, and I kind of carried it. It's a thick set fist.
Have you got a hand size at all? Have you measured the?
I struggle to fit in size large MMA gloves. So yeah, and when I have gloves in work, I got to have the XXL.
So you're basically Brock Lesnar, is what you say?
No, I'm not as big as Brock Lesnar. Yeah, it's just they just feel, I don't know, they feel like bricks on the end of my arms, to be honest with you. They're a bleeder when you're trying to wire up small wires, which my job is.
Jeez, yeah, 100%. And I was going to say, obviously, the power you've knocked out now 3 men, absolutely pure brutality. CJ Mills, Peter Mulvey, Peter Radford. That's where the praise comes from. But you've got a lot of skill as well. Do you feel like perhaps that people are looking over that?
I think well, like, I didn't have a big amateur record. I think I had 11 fights. But I've always sparred good boys. I think I've always been good sparring for like I sparred obviously John. We've been sparring since he was 16. There's other, Lilly. I sparred Lilly. There's loads of good boxers I've sparred. Richie Bynon is another one. He's Welsh amateur champion. So I've had a lot of good sparring through my career. Like my main sport when I was younger was judo. I'm first dan judo. And it's just mad. I think you can always gain skill, but I think you're born with power. I think if you haven't got power, it's hard to train. That's just my opinion. So yeah, I'm getting hit by John all the time helps.
We're trying to get to the bottom of why you are so powerful. What do you feel? What do you do in training?
I really don't know. As I said, my grandfather was a boxer in the boxing booths in the fairs back in in the 30s and 40s or whatever. And he used to knock men out for fun. He used to have he told me a story once. He had 14 fights in one day, and he got paid 3 shillings for that.
Great guy.
So, and he's 70-year-old, so yeah. He's I think it's just something that I've been born with. I've been naturally given, by passed down from my family. So I'm chuffed with that.
But last time out was actually the first time you didn't finish your opponent, which was Ricky Nelder. Did that surprise you at all? I mean, you did drop him, but you weren't able to.
Yeah. No disrespect to Ricky Nelder. I didn't really want to tell people about this, but I broke my thumb 2 weeks before that fight.
Right. Yeah.
And I tell you something. No, I caught him. I remember it. I caught him with the right hand, and I felt it land. And he went down, and he got up and shook his head and just come back at me. And I knew I was in for a fight. I knew. I don't think he turned up against Borderman. I think something was wrong there. But when he turned up against me, he was like a raging bull. In fairness to me, yeah. And he's probably, he is probably the toughest man I've actually caught, and he just kept on walking forward. To be honest, especially bare knuckle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the thing with him is he's never really been finished to the chin, because it was body shots against Boardman, and that's the only guy that's finished him. Yeah. So. Do you feel like, if perhaps not to, obviously excuses, and I don't want to put you into that, but if you feel like if you didn't have the broken thumb, do you feel like you would have been able to?
No, I don't think it bothered me. At the end of the day, if it bothers me, I want to fight. Do you know what I mean? I'm not the type of guy to say, well, I'll fight then. If my arm's hanging off, I'll fight. If my arm's hanging off, obviously I'm not going to fight because I want to win. Do you know what I mean? When people say, fight with a leg coming off, it's a lot of bullshit. You wouldn't fight with a fucking leg off. You want to win a fight. You don't want to go in there and lose a fight. If I want confident in winning, I think I had to go back to my boxing a little bit more against Nelder. I could have used my jab a bit more. I could have got hit a lot less. But I love to fight. I like to put on a show, and I love trying to stop my opponent, even if it means me getting stopped. So, yeah.
Yeah, personally, I think that was your best performance so far. I was actually really impressed by the evolutions to your game, which is something I think pretty commonplace amongst BKB fans. I mean, just a few days ago, we released an interview with Jim Freeman praising you as a future Hall of Famer. That must have felt great.
I know, I heard it, yeah. Brilliant. Thank you for that, Jim. Yeah, I was quite shocked at that, to be honest with you, because I'm still in the stage where, I used to watch Ben Appel, and I used to watch Jimmy, I used to watch Sean, Nelder, Christian. There's loads of them. Even a few that don't fight from them. I used to watch Jim McCory is another one, and to be named in the same sentence as them, it's kind of a bit bonkers to me.
And you are a pound for pound great now. You're a consistent member of that pound for pound since the very start. Which again, I remember you messaging me and saying, "Oh, thanks for that. You've earned it, Daniel. You need to accept this now."
Yeah, I know. I mean, Jimmy said that. Yeah, and it's still kind of mad to think how far I've come, like, to be honest with you. I didn't, you know, I only started back fighting in unlicensed boxing to raise awareness for autism, and I never thought I'd end up a British champion BKB. So yeah, so you know, world title fight next. It's kind of surreal, to be honest with you, at the moment. Yeah.
100%. We haven't got an opponent for that next, have we? It's just a world title shots guaranteed.
No, I got the guarantee of a world title fight, so it's 100% world title fight my end. Whether it's going to be Rob Borderman or someone else, I don't know. But I'm not looking past whoever's in front of me. You know, as my trainer will tell you, Jason, I always train as if I'm the underdog anyway. And you know what I mean. You know, according to me, I've been the underdog in 4 fights. So yeah, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's I can't wait till it. I can't wait for the world title fight.
Do we have an idea on the weight? Is that, what are you, 14 stone? Have you moved?
87 to 88, I think Jim said.
What was that, sorry?
87 kilos to 88.
Ah, yeah, so same sort of weight. So that is board.
I'm walking around about 93 now, so it's the lightest I ever walk around, to be honest with you.
You have dropped quite a lot of weight. I don't know physically where that's come from, because you seem to have lost all this weight, but you've sort of maintained a lot of the weight through muscle mass. What have you been doing to do that? You're looking broad these days, Dan.
Come on now, George. You just try to be nice. I'm a fat foreign bastard who can fight, that's all.
So what have you been doing? I mean, obviously GQ magazine might be watching. They might want to find out.
Yeah. No, I just been taking over, mate. You know, I've been on a bag. I run in. I did buy. I tell you, it's done a lot of good. It's a spin bike. I bought a spin bike before lockdown. I try and do like 100 kilometers on every week. So that's, you know, just keep the cardio up. But yeah, it's been great. To be honest with you, I haven't really been dieting. I've just been watching what I'm eating. Like, I'll have one day where I'll eat shit, and then the rest of the weekend I'll kind of watch what I'm eating to keep the weight down.
You've got the world title shot next. Where do you see yourself going in BKB? Should we say like 2 years' time? Where do you see yourself being? Do you see yourself as a Hall of Famer?
Well, after Jim saying it, it'll be kind of cool. I've got a goal. You know, I got my own goal set in my head. You know, I want to try and stay undefeated to 10 fights. So that's one goal in my head, to try and get 10-0. But I mean, whatever comes. If I end up winning, if I end up losing, I'm not really bothered. But it'd be good to see how far I can go.
100%. So we'll leave it off with sponsors and thanks. I understand that you are going to be memorising this, so this will be very impressive. Yeah, so here we go.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors. You've got USL, probably my main sponsor, that sponsors me every fight. You've got Smiles Photos, that sponsors me in Swansea Market. You've got Ellsby with Ricky Langdon, they're a big company in Swansea that sponsor me. We also got Trident, Boxer Tricks, obviously, one of my main sponsors. There's a few, I'm trying to think. There's so many, mate. But they all fighting for autism. They all help me out. 100%. There's loads of them. Lion Spray. I mean, there's so many of them help me out. They know who they are anyway. Yeah. They know I give them a shout out. If I had it written down in front of me, I'd say them all. But I got a load, and every time I fight, they first phone, say, look, you know, I didn't even have to ask for sponsors. They're there straight away sponsoring me. Hemp Heroes is another one that helps me out. So MM Body Coach is another one. They're all great. They're all fantastic. They help me out. We've got Go Cabs. Go Cabs is another one. And they've also helped me out in other ways when I needed, with my shoulder injury, I had to go to private hospital to get it done quicker. So they helped me out with that. So yeah, they're fantastic sponsors, all of them. Absolutely fantastic. And if I missed anyone, I am sorry, but I got so many. But you do know who you are.
Definitely. And as I say, anyone that's been missed out, we'll get them in the comment section below, because obviously they mean so much to you. But I was going to stop it there, but I think it would be more fitting to stop it with a final few words on autism awareness. It's such an important cause, close to my heart, close to yours. If you could just sort of Oh, make people aware.
Yeah, autism. I think people need to remember that not all disabilities are visible. Some disabilities are invisible, and you know, if one of you watching this just reads up on autism, then I'm happy with that. It's as you know, it's a big part of my life. My son is autistic. He's come along great in his new school in Dunvant. He's starting to speak a bit, which is fantastic because he's never spoke before. But we still have a road ahead of us. But it's getting easier all the time. And if you've just been if your son or daughter or niece, nephew, any part of your family been diagnosed with autism, it gets better. It's not the end of the world like I thought at the beginning, and it do get better, 100%. Just keep on trucking.
Daniel Lerwell, one of the best guys in BKB. I'm going to say that. Thank you for your time, my man.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, George.